Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture for January 29th of 2025 is titled Dust Shells Around WR 140 from Webb. So what do we see here? Well, here we see a series of rings around a star. And in reality, while we see them as rings, they are really shells. So spherical shells around the star that have been expelled out over time, and in fact seem to be expelled out in a very regular pattern. You can see how evenly spaced they are. And this is likely caused because the star at the center is actually a binary. And that means there's two stars there orbiting around one another. Now they're in a very elliptical orbit. And when they come closest together about every 8 years, then we seem to get another shell of material. And that is when there is increased X-ray emission and activity within the system as well, and appears to expel dust from the star out into space. Now, the primary star here is known as a Wolf-Rayet star. And that is an extremely hot, bright, massive star that are also known to be unstable. They have very strong winds and do expel material outward. So perhaps some combination of this type of star along with the companion that it's in a binary system with gives the interesting shells that we see today. Now there's actually two images here, and we can flash back and forth between them. There is an image from 2022 and one from 2023. And as we go back and forth, you can see the shells expanding outward just over the course of that 1 year. So it's interesting because often in astronomy, we don't get to see changes on such a time scale. We usually need to wait longer times to see anything change here. But we do see the expansion of these shells over just the course of 1 year. Now eventually the Wolf-Rayet star will likely become a supernova and explode, so ripping itself apart and destroying what we see here. So when will that happen? Well, that's a very good question, and we don't know because we simply cannot look into the star to see when it is ready to explode. We know the process and that it will build up heavier elements in its core and become unstable, and that will eventually trigger a supernova explosion. But until it actually happens, we can't see that. We can't look and see that the star is about to go supernova. We just know that this is the type of star that we do expect to eventually explode in a supernova explosion. So that was our picture of the day for January 29th of 2025. It was titled Dust Shells Around WR 140 from Webb. We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture. So until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.